Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about what Elon Musk did at the presidential inaugural parade on Monday. Now, a lot of people are trying to say, oh, he's autistic, he didn't know better, he was trying to give his heart to the crowd. It was a Roman salute, not a Nazi salute. That's all bullshit. Because what he did was a Nazi salute. There's no two ways about it. Now, I'll point out some things, and I'm going to do a side-by-side here in just a few minutes. But I have a side-by-side of Elon Musk on one side and neo-Nazis on the other. You tell me the difference, right? But first, we're going to talk about some things that led to this. Since Elon Musk bought Twitter back in 2022, there's been an uptick in neo-Nazi accounts and neo-Nazi propaganda on Twitter. All under the watchful eye of Elon Musk. I myself have reported several anti-Semitic threats of violence and stuff like that to Twitter since 2022. Every single one of them has come back as, we found no problem. Every single one of them. There's probably been up to 25 at least that I have reported. I gave up at one point because clearly nothing was going to happen. But then you have Elon Musk doing this right here. There was a point where he gave support to the German political party, AfD. Now, as you see here, this is from Chris Murphy, senator from Connecticut. The AfD's mission is to rehabilitate the image of the Nazi movement. In fact, as he says here, the leader's license plate is a tribute to Hitler himself. And then he says, only the AfD can save Germany. Now, what does that tell you? What does that tell you about Elon Musk himself? That tells you he supports far-right, anti-Semitic, hateful people. That's what he supports. He's allowed it on his platform, and he showed support for a very far-right political party in Europe, particularly in Germany, that is trying to rehabilitate the image of the Nazis. And then you see this. Now, what does this show you? What do you see here? On the right, you have Elon Musk. And if you take a look at Elon there, just take a close look. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Notice that look on his face. Does that look like the face of a man who is giving people his heart? No, it doesn't. I mean, I've seen a scowl like that on someone's face. And it's from documentaries of Hitler in 1930s Germany. Now, I find it very interesting, right? I find it extremely interesting that Donald Trump shows all this support for Israel. Even going as far as saying, hey, you can do whatever you want in Gaza. Said that just this week. Says he supports the Jewish people in this country. But his right-hand man, Elon Musk, is out there giving a Nazi salute. There's no two ways around what happened and what he did. I'm not going to even talk about the one with Laura Ingraham because I think that's a bunch of BS, right? I don't think she was doing it. I don't think that's what she did at the inauguration. I really don't. But Elon Musk is very clear what he did. Right? I believe what Laura Ingraham was doing was a wave. I really believe she was just waving at the crowd. Just like I saw, Kamala Harris do, and people tried to call that a Nazi salute, and it wasn't. But what this man did, clearly was a Nazi salute. Just, you make up your own opinion on that, but it looks exactly the same to me. It doesn't look any different than what the Nazis did and what neo-Nazis are doing today. Now, I may not be a big supporter of Israel, but I by no means hate Jewish people. I don't have any problem with Jewish people. I have a problem with the government of Israel. I want to make that clear. So I stand against Nazis. I always will. I will be anti-fascist till the day I die. That is just how it's going to be. I truly believe that this country, we sent people to fight against the Nazis. We sent people to fight against fascism. That's what we did in World War II. Hundreds of thousands of American men never came home to stop the scourge of fascism. And by allowing this and not saying anything about it and being quiet about it, we are spitting on their memories. We are literally spitting on their graves. It is an insult to America. It is an insult to our military. It is an insult to our history of fighting against fascism. But make no doubt about it, fascism has come to America. And it is currently running the country. And I think that's absolutely disgraceful. And the fact that so many people are trying to use soft language around it, saying straight arm salute or, straight arm movement. No, it's not. It's not a Roman salute. It's not. It was not anything of the sort. It wasn't a straight arm salute. It was a Nazi salute. End of the story. That is what it was. And there's no other way to see it. Especially given his willingness to allow Nazi propaganda to spread across Twitter unchecked. To allow threats against Jewish people on his platform to go unabated. And have no repercussions for any of those people. And then he does that. But like I said, that face is not the face of a man giving his heart to a crowd. And aside from that, right, if he had just done it that one time, I would be like, oh, but then he does it again. Off to the side. In the exact fashion. What he is trying to do is normalize that gesture. He's trying to normalize a Nazi salute. Because he probably thinks he's just trolling the libs, right? But the fact is, if you're given Nazi salutes, you're a Nazi, Mr. Musk. There's no two ways about it. Thank you for joining me here today. I'll see you down the road.